I'm Pansy Johnson, and I'm all about encouraging, educating, and elevating young professionals. And I'm so excited to be talking to you all today about how to prepare for life after college. I think this is so important. I think this is a super important topic to talk about with a lot of college students starting school in August, and also those who have graduated and maybe entering into the workforce. I thought it was a great time to really talk about how do you prepare for life after college, and just some tips that I think has not only helped me along the way, but I also learned being out of college for 4 years now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, where did the time go? Where did the time go? But we're going to dive straight into this discussion about how you can prepare as a young professional for life after college. So, the first thing I want to talk to you about is being involved in college, right? I don't think this is talked about enough of how important it is for you to be involved in college and just making the most of it. I have talked to so many of just like my classmates and even other college students that graduated before me. And one thing I noticed very early on, even when I was in college, is there was a lot of college students that were graduating and just were like missing college, but it wasn't like, how you like naturally miss college. It was more so like they were truly missing college and they were coming back to experience college, like coming to the parties and seeing them at events. And I'm like, these people are out of college and they're wanting to come back. And I think what goes along with that is, and what I noticed is, I think that it's very important for you to make the most of college while you are there. Do everything that you want to do. Get involved in different organizations. Make the most of the different resources that you are given while you're in college. Make the most of the connections that you make. Make the most of different resources, again, that are provided. Just make the most of college, because the last thing that you want is to be just you're graduated and now you're just regretting college, and you're wanting to constantly go back to what college was, and you're just living in this constant regret. So I would definitely encourage you to just be involved in college, get involved in student organizations, get involved, connect with different people, get outside of your dorm, and just enjoy the college experience so that you don't have to constantly look back at, I wish I would have did this and I wish I would have did that, once you have graduated from college. Because when you graduate, it's time for you to start a new chapter. And when you're starting a new chapter, that means it's time to close the previous chapter, okay? And you can't close that chapter if you're constantly regretting or living in regret or constantly thinking about what you should have done when you were in college. So I would definitely encourage you to make the most of college while you're in college. The second thing I want to talk to you about is an internship. It is so important for you to get an internship. You all probably have heard me talk in other episodes about how important it is to get an internship. I actually, the way that I entered into the workforce and securing my first full-time job was through a paid internship. So I wouldn't have had a probably a full-time role had I not interned. And so that's why I really stress the importance of interning. I mean, interning really allows you the opportunity to not only get experience in the major that you are getting your education in, but it also gives you exposure to that job field. It allows you to get an opportunity to really see, is this what I really want to be doing, you know, in my career? And so it allows you to get that firsthand experience. And if you can get a paid internship, that's great. But even if the internship isn't paid, I think it's great to just get that experience. So definitely intern while you're in college. Intern as much as you can. I mean, if you can secure internship your sophomore, junior, and senior year, do it. Intern as much as you can, as early as you can. You will not regret it, because it can definitely lead you to a job opportunity. The third thing I want to talk about is meeting new people. While you're in college, something that you can be doing to prepare for life after college is networking. Networking with individuals that you do not know, not just your friend group or your classmates. Like, really be intentional about meeting new people, making new connections while you are in college. Y'all, it is so important, it is so vital for you to really step outside of your dorm, step outside of the box, even if it feels uncomfortable, and get comfortable with meeting new people. This is something that I think is super duper important, and it's super important for you to really get that experience early on, and you never know who you're going to cross paths with later on. Like, after I graduated, there were so many of my classmates that I still stay in touch with till today. And some of them I've actually did work with, like through my business, and they've been able to connect me with different people. And so I would just say I think it's extremely important to be intentional about really making those connections while you're in college. The fourth thing that I want to encourage you to do to prepare for life after college is learn financial management as early as possible. This is extremely important. Um, really learning how to prioritize your bills, learning responsibility, because y'all, when I say it is real, it gets real. After you graduate, it gets real, right? Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to be working. You're going to be working a full-time job. You probably are going to be renting. You're going to be paying your bills. It's just going to be totally different from, you know, being in college and not really having that extra weight of responsibility. Even in college, even if you do have some responsibility, it's completely different. So I would encourage you to go ahead and get financial management. Well, learn financial management, learn how to budget, learn how to save, learn how to, when you get your bills, well, excuse me, when you get your paycheck, you need to be paying your bills first, and then, make sure that you're budgeting, make sure that you're saving, make sure that you are putting the appropriate funds to, um, like retirement and 401k, and then miscellaneous is typically the last. Okay, I know you want to have a good time, I know you're used to having a good time, but you can still have that same lifestyle and still have fun. But just know that financial management is so very important. Once you It's important at any time, but definitely to prepare for life after college, I would encourage you to really master managing your finances. Okay, definitely responsibilities over leisure. Responsibilities over leisure. The fifth thing is just give yourself grace. Give yourself grace throughout this time. Um, it's going to be an adjustment. Graduating from college, even though I worked all throughout college, and sometimes, like during the summer, I was working almost 40 hours constantly. Even when I interned, I worked 40 hours. And I was like, this is going to be a piece of cake. Like, I got this. But it was still an adjustment for me. Like, once I graduated from college, it was still an adjustment getting used to working full time, Monday through Friday, weekends off. I no longer have all of these extra activities that are going on and all this fun stuff like I did in college. And so I really had to learn how to, you know, I had to learn some new hobbies, which is going to lead me in number six. Find a hobby. And my hobby is like working out. I also did hot yoga for a good little minute. It could be working out, it could be yoga, it can be joining a book club. I would just encourage you to find a hobby. It can be cooking or baking or whatever you might like to do. Find a hobby, because I think sometimes people start to deal with like mental health, and just that transition can be a lot, and it can just really come down on you if you're not prepared for all of this extra time and this whole new schedule that you don't that it's completely different from college, right? And so to prepare for that, I would definitely say look for a new hobby, and you can still have fun, and you can still, enjoy, your life or your schedule or however you want to do it. You just have to find the things that you like to do along with, working. Because sometimes it's just like people graduate and then they don't prioritize themselves, I think. And that means getting a new hobby, doing things that you like to do. They just start working, 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 and they get burnt out so quickly. And it just comes from not prioritizing yourself and understanding, like, with college, I think it was easier, right? It was easier for me to have things to do, things that filled my schedule. But once I graduated, I had to learn how to fill my own schedule. And you don't want to overfill it, but you want to do things that you like to do so that you don't feel like, okay, I'm just working and going home. I'm just working and going home. Like, this, dang, this is my life now. Like, this is it. You don't want to feel like that. So I definitely would say get a hobby. So, those are the tips that I would give you on how to prepare for life after college. Number one, again, be involved in college. Number two, make sure that you secure an internship. Number three, meet new people, make connections because you never know where that connection can lead you. Number four, learn financial management as early as possible. Number five, give yourself grace. It's going to be an adjustment. We all go through this adjustment, so you're not alone. And number six, find a hobby. I promise you, if you do these things, I really think it's going to help you prepare for life after college. I'm Pansy Johnson. I'm all about encouraging, educating, and elevating young professionals, and I'll see you in the next